Dear friends, let us join one more day for our evening satsangas to empower our intellects and hearts with the knowledge about the presence of Lord, with the knowledge about the glory of Lord, with the knowledge about the great liberation we get when we reach the Lord, with the knowledge about how to attain that Lord through our various Adhyatmika sadhanas. In and through all these satsangs, as long as we listen, the final outcome is reaching the God is ultimate goal. Doing spiritual sadhana is the main way of life. In line with that, to purify our antakarana inside, to clear off our outer debts outside, all other activities we do. In this way, a complete crystal clear picture, understanding, conviction for what we have to live the life, how we have to live the life, we have to get. For that only these Shastra Adhyanams we are doing. When we are relentless, continuous in this study or Adhyanam, very soon all those clarities will come to us. In our today's classes, beautiful, the Dashamaskanda Bhagavatam, great words by UDDHAVA about Gopikas. In the 12th Skandham, the wonderful topic of Sri Shukadevji, concluding his words of final advice to Parikshit ji regarding throughout life what we have to do, toward the end of life what we have to do, so that not only we are not bound by the samsara, but we also are having Bhagavan's Anumukti or Darshan. Beautiful like these two topics is our third topic today, that of Sri Sugriva Krutam, Sri Rama Stuti as well as Sri Rama Prarthana. One of the most enchanting and unparalleled and very, very relevant and useful for all of us are those words of praise, prayers by Sugriva to Rama in our Adhyatma Ramayanam. So these are our three great things, followed by the chanting of Lalita Ashtottara Shatanamavali today and tomorrow. So let us join, let us spend these 1.5 2 hours in the deep committed devotional sadhana. May all gurus, Rishi Muni bless us. May none of the inner and outer obstacles obstruct or distract us from this greater endeavor. May this be done with utmost sincerity by all of us. Let's start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Dharma Projhita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Sadam Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayonmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrute Kim va parairishvaraha Sadyo hrudyavarudyate etra krutibihi Shushrushuvistatkshanad Narayanan namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudirayet. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om yom tah pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Shakti Dharaswadhamna Anyanshya Hastacharana Shravanatvagadina Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Brahmanebhyo Acharyebhyo Bhaktebhyo Sadhubhyo Sadhakebhyo Tirthebhyo Kshetrebhyo Nadi Nadebhyo Shastrebhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Mahavishnave Brahmane Sanakadi Munibhyo Naradaya Veda Vyasaya Shukabrammarshe Suta Mahamune Shonakadi Rishibhyo अत्रि आदृशेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओं श्री माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। श्री आद्य शंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमादोनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव आनन्दप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते कंगणबद्ध समस्त साधक भक्त सेवक उपासक संस्थापकानंज आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्यादि समेत समस्त सत्संपदा समस्त शक्तीनां प्राप्ति द्वारा आनुकूल्यतानां प्राप्ति द्वारा बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन दिव्य कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्य पारायणाध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ दशमस्कन्धः 47th chapter, beautiful words by Shri Uddhavaji regarding the Gopikas. So the last two shlokas said by those Gopikas about their devotion to Bhagavan Krishna, that we will see that. Let us chant from 47 onwards till the 63 mantra. Only this much we can do today. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रम् दशमस्कन्धः पूर्वार्धः अथ सप्तचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच श्रीगोप्य ऊचुः परं सौख्यं हि नैराश्यं स्वैरिण्यप्याह पिङ्गला तज्जानती नाम्नः कृष्णे तथाप्याशा दुरत्यया क उत्सहेत सन्ध्यक्तुम् उत्तमः श्लोक संविदम् अनिच्छतोऽपि यस्य श्रीः अङ्गान्नच्यवते क्वचितो सरिच्छैलवनोद्देशा गावो वेणुरवा इमे सङ्कर्षणसहायेन कृष्णेनाचरिताः प्रभो पुनः पुनः स्मारयन्ति नन्दगोपसुतं बता श्रीनिकेतैस्तत्पदकैः विस्मर्तुं नैव शक्नुमः गत्या ललितयोदार हासलीलावलोकनैः माध्व्या गिराहृतधियः कथं तं विस्मराम हे हे नाथ हे रमानाथ व्रजनाथार्तिनाशना मग्नमुद्धर गोविन्द गोकुलं वृजिनार्णवात्। श्रीशुक उवाच ततस्ताः कृष्णसन्देशैः व्यपेतविरहज्वराः उद्धवं पूजयान् चक्रुः ज्ञात्वात्मानमधोक्षजम् उवास कतिचिन्मासान् गोपीनां विनुदन् शुचः कृष्णलीला कथां गायन् रमयामास गोकुलं यावन्त्यहानिनन्दस्य व्रजेवात्सीत् स उद्धवः व्रजौकसां क्षणप्रायाणि आसन् कृष्णस्य वार्तया सरिद्वनगिरिद्रोणीः वीक्षन् कुसुमितान् द्रुमान् कृष्णं संस्मारयन् रेमे हरिदासो व्रजौकसाम दृष्ट्वैव मादिगोपीनां कृष्णावेशात्मविक्लवम् उद्धवः परमप्रीतः तामनस्नमस्यन्निदं जगौ एताः परं तनुभृतो भुवि गोपवध्वः गोविन्द एव निखिलात्मनिरूढभावाः वाञ्छन्ति यद्भवभियो मुनयो वयं च किं ब्रह्मजन्मभिरनन्तकथारसस्य क्वेमाः स्त्रियो वनचरीर्व्यभिचारदुष्टाः कृष्णे क्व चैव परमात्मनिरूढभावाः भावः ननु ईश्वरोऽनुभजतो विदुषोऽपि साक्षात् श्रेयस्तनोत्यगदराज इवोपयुक्तः नायं श्रियोऽङ्ग उनितान्तरतेः प्रसादः स्वर्योषितां नलिनगन्धरुचां कुतोऽन्याः रासोत्सवेस्य भुजदण्डगृहीतकण्ठ लब्धाशिशां य उदगाद् व्रजवल्लवीनाम् आसामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहं स्याम वृन्दावने किमपि गुल्मलतौषधीनां या दुस्त्यजं स्वजनमार्यपतं च हित्वा भेजोर्मुकुन्दपदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमृग्यां या वै श्रियार्चित अजादिविराप्तकामैः योगेश्वरैरपि यदात्मनिरासगोष्ठ्यां कृष्णस्य तत् भगवतश्चरणारविन्दं न्यस्तं स्तनेषु विजहुः परिरभ्यतापं वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुमभीक्ष्णशः यासां हरिकथोद्गीतं पुनाति भुवनत्रयम् Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, to a sincere sadhaka who has trained his mind intellect to concentrate on the Shastras, who has got little subtlety, a habit of listening to Shastras, and through that Tattva, through that Adhyatmikata, to those people, each of these shlokas are of great, immense meaning, importance, value, and guidance for living spiritual life, getting rid of the samsaric life. We have to have that type of tuning. And we all have, that's why Bhagavan is blessing us every day with this opportunity of studying these Shastras. Now, what we have seen up to this 52, just to summarize only, for just to be in continuous touch of the topic. So, the 5-6 Sandeshas that are given by Bhagavan Krishna are of the highest grade. Thereafter, listening to that, they continue expressing their prema bhakti to Bhagavan Krishna through Uddhava, all that is done. Now, some important things here. First, what they have said, Ashahi paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham. So, let us be more tuned to the divinity as the goal. Any asha towards anything of this world, that will lead to nirasha. Even the Brahmadeva, when he has to retire after his Mahakalpa, if he has not got the Brahma Anubhuti, he also will have Nirasha because he is losing that pada. Therefore, even for Brahmadeva, even for you and I human beings, what binds us to dukkha is asha, what liberates us is the tattva jnanam. Are we clear about this point? That is why they say param saukyam hi nairash. Then little sentimentally, emotionally said it is, but let us talk even from the tattva chintana standpoint also. Ki it is because of absence of the knowledge about our own essential infinite blissful being that the Maya Kruta Mana, in that Mana the Rajo Tamo Guna, Sattva Guna, in that the Rajoguna creates desire, the Sattva-guna plans how to fulfill the desire, the Tamoguna makes us contact those objects which are made out of Tamoguna. This is how we live samsara. Point one. Second is, all these ashas or any expectations are only uncontrolled minds, only dukkha giving projections. If this can be realized by us, examples are plenty. Nidra is the best example where there is no mind, no asha in the mind, but we are very, very, very happy. So, too, when we are in a company of great saints or when we are in the viewing of a great natural scene, there is no asha or kamana in the mind, yet we are alive, we are doing the work, we are at peace and happiness also. So all this should make us know that a little ripple of asha in the lake of mind enough to create the tsunami type of dukkha tomorrow. Therefore, we have only one asha, one desire to have Bhagavad Anubhuti, Bhagavad Darshana. If not, see the extreme here, with Bhagavan Krishna only they had that prema. But that little bit asakti of that distaste was there because of which they become miserable. Is it not a paradox there? Staying with Bhagavan for so many years, instead of being in that bliss and attitude, how come they become miserable? Only because of at the mind level they had the asha. Means what? To merge with Bhagavan. That desire fulfilled through meditation should be there, but any other desire that even I should stay with Bhagavan or Bhagavan should stay with me physically also is an asha which will leave only nirasha. So this is what we have to see again and again in my mind. Am I bound by any object? Am I bound by any situation? Am I bound by any desire, am I bound by any person? With asha, then understand we are going to have dukkha. So at any given moment throughout our life, mind is free from this. And then do seva to others. Whenever they give love, receive it, enjoy it, reciprocate it. But from your side, zero. And whatever asha we have, unless we do as we are studying in our morning class, that a vidya karmanoho phalam anandam, that unless we do punya, unless we do upasanas, unless we do with sankalpa, through the things or beings, we are not going to have sukha. If your husband or wife or children are loving you so much, parents are loving you so much, in-laws are loving you so much, all that is not because they love you. All that is because we have done that punyam, we have done that upasana, sankalpa, please which Bhagavan through them giving us sukha. So too dukkha. Therefore, it is in our hands, not in the hands of people. If I deserve that ananda from the people through prema or seva, it can be coming to me from anybody, need not be your own family member. That's why you see, some people suffer because of the close knit family members, but because of other friends, they are more happy. Is it not? This way also is there. With family, very happy, but with the boss or colleagues or somewhere, always dukkha or frustration. Let us, after studying Shastra such a long time, not be carried away by this misunderstanding that the Sukha and Dukkha giver are the people of the world. No, our own Punya and Papa are the givers. Therefore, whenever we are having time freely, keep on doing upasanas, keep on doing punyas with the sankalpa that my further life should be very comfortable. May have good health, long life, people around me loving me, all resources, may not suffer for anything. And yet, this punya is over, then they will leave. Therefore, dukkha comes. That is why it is said, instead of seeking with all our efforts through punya and upasana, the temporary sukha, if the same efforts if we put through the bhakti and jnana in obtaining oneness with the Lord, that is a permanent result. So the three things. One, depending on the people and things for sukha dukkha and getting frustrated. Second, doing our own punya and upasana and getting sukha from everywhere, but that also is frustrating toward the end because that ends. Therefore, the outer final conclusion is one, let us focus only in reaching to that permanent abode, having gone where no coming back, no going away of that sukha, no coming back to the again the same struggling for some or other small little happinesses. ऐसे पूरा परिश्रम से बचाने वाला परमानेंट परमात्मा को ही पाने में हमारा प्रयत्न हमेशा होना चाहिए. Having gone through all these, only our rishis munis have through the shastra said that seek the Paramatma who is eternal and he is in the self of us, self of all. Rooted in that. Rooted in that. Like people are rooted in sin, some are rooted in selfishness, some are rooted in crime, some are rooted in noble values, some are rooted in their own dharma, some are rooted, each one is deeply rooted in some or the other. So we also have to be rooted in this and we have to conduct our lives. Permanent, I will get then rooted in that Paramatma Anubhuti or Prayatna for Anubhuti. Let us play the game of life with a clear understanding. Little asha going to be nirashava. Once that, that long lasting from millions of life, that asha or desire both are same, that is uprooted, It is like, कितने दिन से दर्द हो रहा है, कांटा चुभा हुआ है, that कांटे को निकाल दी, मलहम लगा दिया, 2-4 दिन में वो heal हो गया. तो how healthy we feel at the feet level and our walking is comfortable. So to our life inner is so happy and comfortable if we can remove that asha or any of those sankalpas or desires. Think about it. Don't use sentiments, but use intellect. Use your own experiences of others who continuously remained happy, who were up and down happy and miserable, and who are only miserable. Continuous happy are those who sought the eternal Bhagavan. Up and down happy, miserable are those who are doing punya and papa. Miserable are those did papa as well as depending on people without doing any punya from their side. And another point, what we saw, it is a disease in the mind to have asha on anything or being. As long as this ease is there, we are displaced from the easiness. That is called disease. That's why dukhi. Like that, for a thinker from each of these shlokas, so much of beautiful knowledge is there to gain. Thank God we are studying Shastras, we have the habit of it, therefore we are able to. Those who never study Shastra, never listen to these type of satsangas which uproot the miseries by giving the correct knowledge. They are most unfortunate. They will never have consolation. they वो to उपासना टेम्पल दे जाएंगे इधर सब करेंगे लेकिन तत्व ज्ञान के बिना मन का ज्ञान के बिना माया के ज्ञान के बिना इस जगत में कैसे जीना है उस ज्ञान के ना किसी को कंटिन्यूस शांति सुख नहीं मिलने वाला नहीं मिलने वाला नहीं मिलने वाला इंक्लूडिंग यू एंड मी इफ यू आर नॉट प्रैक्टिकल इन दिस स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज कम व्हाट में. So this is how this Nairashyam, Param Saukyami Nairashyam, from this shloka of these Gopikas, we learn this. We are not hating this world. We are not fighting with this world. We are not running away from this world. In this very world, we are there. We are there in this world only for three things. One is zero expectation from them. Second is clearing our prarabdhas. Third, clearing our runa. Any sukha ananda we want two ways. One depend on the Lord through upasanas, etc. One, second is what? Even that also in the full. Therefore, seek the eternal. Today you will see in Adhyatma mind. Today it will come or tomorrow, depending on time. The way Sugrivaji asked Bhagavan Rama what he wants, surprising. Absolutely perfect and beautiful and useful for us. Don't miss Adhyatma Ramayana class even one day. Gems of knowledge are given to us through every of the interaction of the rishis, munis, bhaktas, Bhagavan himself. वाह वी आर धन्य. मैं तो कहता हूँ ना एक एक टेक्स्ट हम जो पढ़ रहे हैं उपनिषद हो अध्यात्म रामायण हो योग दर्शन हो मुंडक उपनिषद हो द गीता एंड भागवतम gems of them. Thank God. Janma dhanya I to feel every day. Now you have seen. For a sentimental, foolish fellow, this thought of not having asha on them doesn't click to them. They will go away from the class, they continue suffering in the ashas. But the one who has used his brains, intellects, little bit at least, he understands, yeah, wherever I expected, I was disappointed. Therefore, from now onwards, I'll just be there to give, to serve, to love. Anything I want, I depend on the Lord, not on things and beings who get disturbed, disappointed. If and all I ask the Lord, why ask temporary? Why not ask permanent? An intelligent person slowly strengthens this thought. Are we intelligent or not? We have to look into ourselves. Now, their emotions. Ka utsaheta santyaktum uttama shloka samvidam anichatopi asya srihi angadna chavate. See, the Lord was so pure in heart, so loving, so they can't forget the Lord. That is nothing wrong. But that asha, that Lord physically should they stay permanently with you, if that is replaced by the knowledge of the Lord to be the self beyond everyone, therefore self within them, then there that small little dukkha also is gone away. This shloka, this much. Lot can be discussed, but I will not elaborate. Itna kafi hai. They say, how is it easy for us to forget Krishna, topic of Krishna? Impossible. Now, in our life also, with few people, parents ho, brother, sister ho, wife ho, husband ho, children ho, we spend some 20, 30, 40 years. Then so many experiences. If they are very good one, then if they have to depart or we have to live and go, so much dukkha comes. Remember, you cannot avoid. You have to go through that dukkha. But thank God in His creation, one of the greatest of the thing is called time. Time is the greatest healer. Slowly, slowly it sees to it that nothing stops. You can't even hold on to dukkha also for a long time. Like sukha never stays, even dukkha does not stay. Therefore, nothing to worry. But like now they say like that. But within few days, having heard from Uddhavji, the Tattva Jnana as given by Krishna, slowly they use that knowledge to remove their own cause of dukkha or bondage called as ignorance. देखो गुरु शास्त्र दिया हुआ ज्ञान रूपी औषधि से with the medicine of knowledge given by the Guru and Shastra. Ajnana Rupi, the bimari, yeah, उसको क्या कहते हैं, the disease को हमें, we have to remove that disease. रोग को हमें निवारण करना है. It is my ajnana I am suffering. Guru gave me knowledge, medicine. I use it and I remove this ajnana janita dukkha also. Ajnana roga janita dukkha rupi samsara. They have done it, they are free. We will see later on. So, kautsaheta santyaktum uttama shloka samvidam. So here, about Krishna, he being Bhagavan, luckily Bhagavan in this very life, he has sent Uddhava and through him they got the Atma Jnana. उनका हिसाब किताब clear हो गया. But in our life, when we are separated from our own near and dear ones, it becomes very dukkha to give them up, as we said 3-4 minutes back. But let us understand that let us drop that thought. The thought that I can't live without somebody, I can't, forget so that somebody, don't forget, but that I can't live without that wrong notion we have to drop. थोड़ा ये उतना मीठा नहीं रहने वाला बात क्या है ना, nobody is eternally related to anybody. याद रख लो, except परमात्मा. We have seen this in the earlier skandhas. Hiranyakashipu himself tells to Hiranyaksha's wife and children the story of that Jiva Uvacha. When they were crying, the Brahmana and children have come. That the Jiva was brought by that Naraji or somebody, Yoga Shakti. Then say, enter the body, those want to be happy with you as you. He said, what mother, father, by now I changed 20-30 mothers and fathers. If I get hold on to anyone, I'll never be happy. I can never progress in my life. They all put their hand on the nose and were surprised only, who were crying, looking at the dead body. जीव को बुलाया, कहा बताओ, they love you, they want you to enter the body and stay with them. He says, in every birth I have one parent set, thousands I had already, I can't. No, this is little not sweet looking knowledge, but it is true. But it has to be used rightly. What is the right way of using? When the time of departure comes, this wisdom has to be used. You don't use the atomic weapons on the first day of fighting. तो फाइनली यूज करते हैं न्यूक्लियर वेपन या न्यूक्लियर वेपन तरह का, इफ नो अदर थिंग वर्क्स. अदरवाइज व्हाट, if this knowledge is misused, the joy of love, life of giving and taking, in which our prarabdhas go away, in our selflessness grow, and our purity of the heart grows. Those things we cannot achieve. इसलिए हर बार हर व्यक्ति को ये ज्ञान सत्य है तो भी नहीं दिया जाता, और पब्लिकली तो नहीं देते, सीक्रेटली देते. Nobody is permanent to with anybody for beyond lives. अब लकीली आजकल के जमाने इसी जन्म में पति पत्नी को छोड़ के सेकंड मैरिड, थर्ड, फोर्थ मैरिड, सिक्स्थ इज गोइंग ऑन, नॉनसेंस. बट दैट इज नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू शास्त्र. You should balance the understanding clearly. Only by God's Guru's grace that maturity comes to us to correctly understand the Shastrika guidance. So kau utsayeta santyaktum is our inner weakness. We have to say other one, I'll give up anybody in my life, hold on to Lord. Lord alone is permanent. Mirabai is the best example. Prahlad is example. When the Shashwata Paramatma ko पकड़ने का सामर्थ्य हमको दिया गया, why not hold him? Why temporary? Anything I want from the God, and from the God I want God only. To the world I want nothing from them, I only will give. That day when you decide consciously, I'll be a giver, I'm not the Ashavadi. Ashavadi means person to expect from the people. Even little gratitude, or even if it is a bird of love, your heart is free from that Asha, the Kavana, that is the greatest achievement. किसी की मजाल नहीं होगी उसके बाद हमको डिसअपॉइंट करने. May we seek that life of dareness from within. Okay? Now this is what is a beautiful message. Then they say, Sarit Shaila Vanodeshaha Gavaha Venuravaha Ime Sankarashna Sahayana Krishnena Acharitaha He Prabhu Puna Puna Smariyanti Nandagopa Sutambata Sri Niketaihi Tatpadakaihi Vismartum Naiva Shaknumaha. Lord Krishna's charana, which are taken support by Lakshmi Devi, are all these places continuously being walked. And whenever we go to any of those places, again and again they are reminding us, though Lord Krishna only. Therefore, Vismartum Katham Tam Vismartum Naiva Shaknumaha. We are not able to forget. Hmm. होता है memory, is it not? And for them, that Krishna is Parabrahma. If this much knowledge is received, all the problems go away. For us, anybody, they are also the Jiva like us. Came into those bodies, like we came to this body. And we are traveling towards our own unfoldment, knowingly or unknowingly, life of the other. So too they. Okay? As that river, the logs of wood come together and separate, so too this. Yesterday I sang you that Hindi song for Tujhe Ghar Mubarak Main Apna Hai. Always bless everyone. Be steadfast on your spiritual evolutionary path. May I also. That's why, basically the spiritual knowledge, spiritual tattva as the goal is not induced. Never anybody can be pacified from any dukkha. Even if you tell that person and remove that dukkha, he will do something else or get attached somewhere else, again only to reap the another set of dukkha. Upaiti dukkopari dukkha jatam nishiddha karta samalimulu choyatha, like it is said in Vivek Chudamani and all. Without tattva jnana as a theory and practice and goal, we only, by God's grace, one dukkha goes. By our useless, stupid ignorance of attachment, we create another dukkha, another dukkha. Dukkopari dukkha jatam upaiti. And what is said by Yamadharmaraj in Nachiketa Kathopanishad is Punah Punah Vashama Apadyate me. He says again and again, without knowing the Brahmajnana, again and again, Jivas come under my Vasha or sway. And what is my Vasha? I have to remove those Jiva from those Deha, put them in another Deha. Again, मतलब जन्म मरण के चक्कर में आते हैं. That was said here. In that Janma and Marana, in between, because of a lot of attachments, these dukkha's, etc. are there. Therefore, study Vedanta, study Shastras, and through that, establish that Paramatma alone as the goal. Be convinced. With that as goal, all other things should be means for that goal. And do everything to purify the Antakarana. And the two purities of Antakarana is, I want nothing from anybody or anything. And the second is, I myself am there to give up as an instrument of the hand, in the hands of the Lord. In that way, when we live, then only there is peace. Otherwise, we will suffer, all the time suffer, which is not necessary for us. Okay? Then Bhagavan, what did he do? Gatya Lalitaya, a beautiful walking, Udarahasa, cute smile, Leela, variety of the Leelas, Avalokana, with such kind, compassionate look, so Madhya Gira, and such a nectarine words, Hrutadhiya. He has looted our hearts. Katham tam ismarama. How can we forget him? Is it not? That is why one rule, don't get too much attached to anybody if you are spiritual. If you don't want spiritual growth or goal, then I need not say. Right from your pet dog to pet lizard, you get attached to anyone, give them also dukkha and us also dukkha. See, Bhagavan Krishna is, by sending Uddhava and giving Tattva Jnana, he balanced the love which he gave when he was there in the Vrindavana. That love they took as attachment. Unless Tattva Jnana is given, they will continue becoming dukhi, and with every dukkha they blame Krishna only. उसने इतना प्यार दिया कृष्ण, उसका जिक्र कम, वो हमको छोड़कर जा रहे गए हैं, उसका दुख ज्यादा. Interesting. This is how these Bhagavatadi Shastras, not once, twice, one or two classes, regularly study, listen, contemplate, study, listen, contemplate. In these three things of churning, from that the nectar of correct knowledge comes. How we have to live life, what for we have to live life, how we have to deal with things, being situations, etc. Only in that maturity we can save ourselves. Otherwise, nobody can help us in coming out of our miseries. So slow. If I am dukhi in my own way, who can help me? My own wisdom can help. Without my wisdom, all of you put together also cannot make me free from my dukkha. Clear, clear, be clear about it. And the last sloka, so cute it is. But we are not talking in that emotional language. We are only seeing what are the mistakes in these gopikas with which they are suffering and how the only Tattva Gnana is the answer for that. If that aspect is removed, we can see the great love of them for Krishna. But love should give happiness, not dukkha. Therefore, that is the love in which little asha is there. That aspect has to be removed. So for us to learn, these are the topics given in Bhagavatam. So He Natha, He Ramanatha, He Vrajanatha, Artinashana. What a beautiful addresses. Is it not? Magna Uddhara Govinda Gokulam Vrujinarna. Entire Gokula is drowned in the Vrujina means Dukkha. Arnava means ocean. We are all Magnam. Uddhara. We please bring us out. देखो there are three stages. First, Bhagavan removed their physiological dukkhas by eliminating all the rakshasas. He removed their attachments as well as expectations by giving his love. But that love itself became attachment for them. Then by giving tattva jnana, even that also he removed. See, Bhagavan's karuna on Gopikas and all the bhaktas whoever are there. How many rakshasas he eliminated and saved them from the forest fires, from so many Kaliya, that poisonous waters, from the Indras, onslaught. Everything Bhagavan went on protecting. Then by his presence, he gave so much of prema, ananda through all his leelas. And what are the third things? The tattva jnana. The last thing is Tattva Jnana. Without Tattva Jnana, please, Atma Jnana Vihina Mudhaha Te Vachante Naraka Nigudaha Rute Jnanat Namuktihi Jnanadeva to Kailavalyam. याद रखो इन बातों को. कुछ भी हो जाए, spend some years in clearly, convincingly understanding the truth or the self or the tattva or the atma or the brahma, which is substratum beyond every seen, name and form. And our goal is to identify with that. Anything else is cause of dukkha. This way. Now, in this way, beautifully, few things Vyasa has mentioned, few of them we studied, but many other things they might have said, lot of things, etc. But the important ones are mentioned here. With this, when their words end, now what are the thoughts of Shri UDDHAVA? It's a great topic now. Shukadevji is telling to Parikshitji here. You all know Srimad Bhagavatam Mahabhurana is a Suta Shaunaka Samvada in Naimisharanya. And that takes us to Shuka Parikshit Samvada in that Ganga Tata, where when Parikshit was cursed by that Dvija, that the Takshaka will come and bite, Parikshitji takes Prayopavesha. Prayopavesha Diksha means no eating, drinking till the body falls. बस इसको प्रायोपवेश कहते हैं. अनशन मरने तक, not for any demands. That's all. Because of hunger and thirst only did that mistake of putting the dead snake in the neck of the rishi and his son cursed. So एक ही मिस्टेक उन्होंने किया भूख प्यास के कारण. अब भूख प्यास से मरने का निर्णय उन्होंने लिया. The very few, some saints do that when they are paripakva in their age of the body, by prayopavesha consciously they live body. We have seen some of them. At that time, all rishis, munis came. Shukadevji also came. Then Bhagavan Parikshitji when asked Shukadevji gave this entire knowledge that happened in that Shukatala, which is some 30-40 kilometers before that Haridwar. Clear? From Delhi when you go. Then this Shuka Parikshit Samvada takes us further to the Shuka Vyasa Samvada, Vyasa Narada Samvada, Narada Sanat Kumara and Narada Brahmadeva Samvada. Then Brahma Narayana Samvada. So Narayana gave these Bhagavats to Brahmadeva. Brahmadeva gave to Sanat Kumaradi. Brahmadeva also gave directly to Narada. Sanat Kumara also gave to Narada. Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Shuka, Shukadeva to the Sutadi. Shukadev ji दिए थे और Suta Mahamuni might have learned from his own father Romaharshana, who was a Puranakara. That Romaharshana is direct disciple of Vyasa Bhagavan. So Vyasa Bhagavan gave his 4 Vedas to 4 Shishyas, Puranas to Romaharshana, especially Bhagavatam to his own son Shukadevji. This is how. Sometimes when all these gurus are remembered, that itself is a good sadhana. Such great, grand, wonderful guru, 16 years, but already by birth only Brahmagnani and Paramabhakta Shukadevji's patha or teaching of the Bhagavatam. Daily do Om Sri Shukadevaya Namaha, Sukha Brahmarshi Namaha, sometime 11, 12 times. So by His grace, glimpses of Bhagavata will come to our understanding and experience. Such Shukadevji now telling to Parikshitji, ki tataha, thereafter, taha, those Gopikas, Krishna Sandeshaihi, by the great Sandesha teaching of Krishna brought by Uddhava, Vyapeta Viraha Jvaraha, freed from the jvara, shivering, dukkha because of viraha. So they had viraha dukkha from Krishna. Krishna के विरह के कारण दुख में थे. That is gone. So spashta रूप से it is written that the knowledge given by Krishna through Uddhava to Gopikas worked because they received. Therefore that viraha jvara they got rid of. Vipeta viraha jvaraha. They got that knowledge because the pure heart Krishna ke prati so much prem bhakti they have. When the knowledge Krishna gives, why will not they take? The antakarana also is so shuddha. When the antakarana ashuddha hai, even you try, God tries, Guru tries, Shastra, Shrutimata tries, knowledge will never enter. If the antakarana is made shuddha or raga dvesha removal, then the knowledge just received. The raga dveshadi, not only they bind us to samsara, they don't allow the jnanam given by the guru, etc., to enter into us. That raga dvesha rahit is antakarana shuddhi. When we achieve that, this side the knowledge enters, that side samsara goes away. That is why in you and I, our life, one thing we have to aim at is the pure heart, unbiased heart, raga dvesha rahit heart. Excellent it is. Then the knowledge as given, it enters and it starts working immediately. Like the patient is very receptive, mano, for the medication, responsive. Then the doctor stop. कैसा है दवाई? हाँ, very responding patient is. ठकाठक इंजेक्शन दे जा रहा, ठीक हो गया हो. Other fellow, सुई लगाओ, सुई टूट रहा है. His fellow looks like irresponsible throughout life. So to treatment also, he is not responding. Then क्या करें? पैसे लोगे पहले बिल बढ़ाते जाओ. 10 दिन का 1 साल एडमिट कर लो और उनको लोग बिल्डिंग भेज देंगे, हम बना लेंगे. In the same way, when we have freedom from our raga dvesha, the knowledge given by the guru starts working. We respond. And such funny we are. बिना राग द्वेष का गुरु वाला ज्ञान हमको कहा. उसने गुरु भगवान के प्रति we have again raga dvesh. Very interesting creatures we are. Every one of such a funny creatures. We have to be put in a museum. That is why the whole world is museum only. We all are funny. I think from different worlds, all the devatas may visit to Bhumandalam in a Sukshma Rupa, and they must be enjoying all the museum displayed pieces, you and I. By the way, free from Ragadvesha, free the art from these impurities for allowing the Guru given knowledge to work in us. That's the idea. Just like Gopikaon ka viraha jvara vyapetaha chala gaya. Then Uddhavam pujayan chakruhu. They started doing puja to Uddhava. And then what is said there? Vyapeta viraha jvaraha. That is said next line as Jnatva atmanam adhokshajam. They have realized that Lord Krishna is none but their own Atma. So कृष्ण को वो लोग आत्म रूप में एक ही लेक्चर में जान लिए. हम आपका जान ले रहे हैं लेकिन आप जान नहीं ले रहे. हम क्या करें? In one lecture, ज्ञात्वा आत्मानम अधोक्षजम महावाक्य in quotes. Having known adhokshajam in Lord Krishna. Adhokshajam is the one who cannot be obtained through sense organs. That Krishna is their own self, they accept. Means quickly उनके अंदर सारा विचार चला. How can Krishna be Sharira? How can we be Sharira? They're all Nashvara, they're made of matter. They just come and go away. But the inside, the self is eternal. That eternal self is in the form of Krishna there, eternal self is in the form of us, we are one. How can we attach with the perishable dehadi and try to relate through this perishable deha and try to maintain the relativity permanently? How can it be? तो उनके अंदर वो मशीनरी वर्क फटाफट काम किया दिमाग वाला. Quickly they came to understand they are the self, understood Krishna as self. This self is not one per head, it is one without second. Therefore आत्मानम अधोक्षजम ज्ञात्वा फटाफट हो गया उनको. That is Krishna Mahima Kripa, because he can't afford them to suffer, because so much love they gave to Krishna and Krishna also gave so much love. तो ऐसे महाप्रेमी भक्तों को तुरंत भगवान ज्ञान देकर मोक्ष देते हैं. This is what is the meaning of what we are studying in the morning class. Yoga Darshana Shastra, Ishvara Pranidhanat. When they did Pranidhana, Gopikas, भगवान did अविध्याना through उद्धव. बस फटाक से उनका ये सारा अंदर का निकल गया, वृत्ति निरोध हो गया उनका. Asampragnata samadhi sthiti. Kaivalyam. One, Krishna is my own self, they have experienced it. Jnatva atmanam adhokshajam. They have realized Lord Krishna to be their own self. हो गया. Then uvasa katichin masan gopinam virudan shuchaha. So removing even little bit traces of bouts of dukkha coming, Krishna Uddhavji stayed in the Vrindavana with them for few months there. What did he do there? Krishna Leela Katham Gayan Ramayamasa Gokulam. Now, singing Krishna Leelas, Tattvajnana as well as a variety of Leelas of Krishna, not only what he did in Vrindavan, but Krishna has many avatars, as in Mathura, whatever the Leela, he was singing for them or telling them, and they were developing their bhakti without allowing it to become an attachment, with the jnana behind. So this again, some more thoughts here. We will discuss them tomorrow at length. Immediately, whenever we go through any of the sadness or tragedy, as soon as possible, enter into Bhagavata Katha, and spend those 3-4 months in that, so that too much of dukkha and all of that is balanced, neutralized. In the meantime, we slowly, because in that mood of detachment, in the mood of dukkha, of whatever the tragedy, we don't go for bhoga asakti. Is it not? That gives a chance for bhakti and jnana to enter. That is why whenever there is a Vishada, that time only is Vedanta taught. Why? Because the Vishada Samay there is no desires in the mind, Not having desire, therefore quiet mind is receptive mind for Vedanta spirituality. उसी समय, and जब वो बताए ना भागवत गीता लगाते हैं, when somebody dies, please remember, it is not for those who dead. That stupid fellow will never listen. अब जीते जी नहीं सुना तो अब कहाँ सुनेगा? जो मरने वाले उनके लिए. To say, because they are already in that mood of quietness. उस समय कोई ऐसे काम क्रोध आदि विकार नहीं होते हैं. They are looking at the body, not moving at all. अब तक बोल रहा था, बोल ही नहीं रहा हो. एक सेकंड भी चुप नहीं रहता था, अभी चुप हो गया. He was asking, demanding, fighting, nothing. You हिलाओ, जितना में हिलाओ. Is that all? In a moment's time, the body में से जीव चला गया. ऐसा हाल है उसका. So that thing will come even to a most nastic fellow also, even for few moments. Those are the moments in which, when the knowledge is given, received. Like Krishna, Arjuna was in that mood. Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna, Nacharajyam Sukhanicha, Kim no Rajyena Govinda, Kim Bhogai Jiv. Exactly same sloka you will see in Adhyatma today, Sugriva saying. I don't want Rajyam, I don't want the kingdom I don't want to kill my brother, I don't want my wife, nothing, I want your Charana Seva, he says. Badhiya, Nakanksha Vijayamala Gita ka slok, you will see in Adhyatma Ramayana today, almost same. So in that Vairagya Sthiti Arjuna was there, immediately Bhagavan gave Tattva Jnana. So here, 3 months Uddhavaji stayed there, so that in that mood of viraha when they are, entire Jnana Bhakti for the Lord is given. नहीं तो डेंजर क्या हुआ होगा, भगवान चले गए दूर, out of sight, out of mind, again they may enter into worldliness, they may enter into. That's why many people, instead of encashing, such moments To develop bhakti and jnana, they get lost in other bad habits. इसलिए मन को कभी न भरोसा नहीं रखना. Seek the guidance from the master. They tell, categorically they tell. Yes, this loss you have incurred, which is irreparable, yet you can tune yourself to the eternal. Left to yourself, you will slowly sink day by day in your inner emotion, or you may get misguided. So better. So Uddhava stayed few months and empowered them with Krishna Leelas, I mean generally Bhagavad Leelas, also Bhagavad Tattva. And all that time was for months together, spent like moments only. Like for you and I, 1000 दिन हो गए भागवत पढ़ रहे हम without break. Just like that they are over. 1000 days almost. इस तरह समय को हमें स्पेंड करना है. Anyway, we'll stop here. We'll continue these words of Uddhavji. Great they are. Next 2-3 days, don't miss the classes. Very powerful things we will study. If you can't listen online, offline में भी वो तो है YouTube में, जब आपको हो सके सुनो. So thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Suta Sharanam Mama, Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Narada Sharanam Mama, Shri Kumara Sharanam Mama, Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama, Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Swarge Satye Kailase Vaikunte Nasti Ayam Rasaha Atapibantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munchada Karhechita Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Dear friends, long back when we started Bhagavatam, from Mahatmya onwards, we continued, came up to the 11th skandha. By doing 11th skandha, we felt like chanting that. So 11th, 12th we concluded. When we did it, we felt like why not Prahlad Charitras, 7th skandha Parayana we do. When we started doing Parayana of 7th, 8th, 9th, suddenly it appeared again 5 Parayana only, do little talk also. Thus, from 8th onward, when we started doing summary talk, when it came to 10th skandha, we are doing again fully. But in our sequence, actually we are studying 12th skandha to continue and conclude the entire Bhagavata Adhyayana. Okay, now we are into this third chapter of 11th, 12th skandham, Shukadevji's final teachings to Uddhavji. This is our main class. What we spoke so far, though long time it took, it is only a bonus, it's an addition. Maybe Bhagavan wanted us to restudy the Dashama Skandha to feel his heart, his presence in our heart more and more. And we are actually seeing that also. Anyway, so actually the 12th Skandha, third chapter, great teachings by Shukadevji to Parikshitji. Only two things: what to do throughout life, what to do at the time of living the life. LEAVING. Both are same. That's what Krishna Smarana, and make the Krishna establish in our heart. Throughout life, when Krishna Smarana is done, he guides us in right way of living so that we don't create problems to our future. And then that Krishna Smarana, when it is stronger, at the time of departing, when we do that Bhagavat Smarana, leave the Deha, we reach to Him only. तो जिंदगी भर भगवान के द्वारा रक्षित होते हुए एक अच्छी तरह जीवन जीना, जिंदगी खत्म होते भगवान में मर्ज होना. These are only two goals. Both are achieved by निरंतर भगवत स्मरण. And this is Hinduism. This is Sanatana Dharma. This is the knowledge first should be given. This is the practice and habit first to be developed. Because of this being broken, the chain of this knowledge from 1200 years or even little more than that, that we are filled with kama, krodha, bhogadi, durguna, and all the useless, nonsensical, the Western culture of bhautikavada. Therefore, we are becoming animalistic and rakshasas. Kali Yuga. Though looks bitter in listening, but this is a fact. Throughout life, we have to remember the Lord, including doing all upasanas, you know, Sutta, Sankirta, Dhyata, Pujita, Adhrita, all that we should include that. Through that, tuning to God, blessed by the Lord, living a dignified, noble life, escaping the Maya, mind, and Moha. And this habit of all the time being in touch with the Lord creates such a strong longing devotion for the Lord in the heart that as we are leaving the body, that time just remembering Him, live, we reach to His abode. How to live, how to live, कैसे जीना कैसे जाना, दोनों का एक ही है भगवान. And this such a very powerful, effective way of living life guided to us by great rishis, munis, including avatars. We just to brush it aside. Just like near our own house, there's a great Santa Mahatma or temple ashram is there. We don't even value it. We just brush it aside. Into our own TV, into our own samsara, into our own nonsensical activities, we engross. Even though next to us, the moksha giving, some things are there. In the same way, born in Sanatana Dharma, having such a great tradition of Adhyatmika Jivano, brushing it aside, we just get lost in our nonsensical life and suffer. हम आबेल मुझे मार, हम खुद ही इन्वोक कर रहे हैं अपने दुख को, एंड खुद ही हमको अपने सुख शांति को भी इन्वोक करना है. So in these last teachings, Sri Shukadevji is telling that only. And we felt the importance of it, rather not we. The Lord only made us feel. Therefore, same slokas, every day we are chanting, going through the meaning, only one sloka, half sloka, two slokas we are studying, till strongly the single thought gets established in our heart. That by all sadhanas, upasanas, we have to make the Lord establish in our heart, and we have to give the responsibility of our life to Him, in which He first purifies our heart, He fills it with bhakti and jnanam, and He makes us merge with Him. ये बातें इस पोर्शन में लिखे हैं, उनको हम बार बार पढ़ रहे हैं. देखो इतना पढ़ने के बाद भी we don't remember it. Now you understand how tamasic, how unqualified are our antakaranas. We brought it. ऐसा वाला हमको दिया गया because of whatever things we have done in so many lives. That is why from the day one we are saying नित्य निरंतर जप करो, भगवान का नाम करो, नाम स्मरण स्तोत्र पाठ कर करो, इतना शुद्ध बनाए अंतःकरण. Not only we are understanding Shastra when we come to class, but that understanding not only should remain permanently in us, but on the basis of that understanding only, we have to conduct every moment to quickly eject out of the samsara, enter into divine experience. But what we have done, I am telling on myself, neither food habits we changed, nor our samsaric thoughts we changed, nor any of the intense, committed, targeted upasanas we have done, nor we are even aware that all the time we have to pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, make me qualified to understand your knowledge, to get blessings from you and to reach you. Even ये प्रार्थना भी याद नहीं रहता हमको. How long we should live this घटिया जीवन? Should we not think? This is why Nirantara Upasana, Nirantara Japa, Nirantara Kirtana, in that Prarthana, Lord, make me qualified to study Shastra, understand. Make me strong enough to follow what I said. Make me qualified to reach you. And यहाँ परीक्षित जी का पुण्य, उनके पेरेंट, ग्रैंड पेरेंट, सबका आशीर्वाद. यू गॉट सच ए वंडरफुल गुरु. सुखदेव जी छोड़ ही नहीं रहे. 18,000 श्लोक लगा दिया उन्होंने. All the avatars, all the bhaktas, kathas, everything. And to our surprise, Parikshit also so receptive. Huh? We have studied 1,000 days, for him 7 days only. Great receiver, is it not? Great giver also, by the way. So the topic here in third chapter towards the end is this is what we have to do. Throughout the life also, main project is Bhagavan. Secondary, all others. If you are given bigger responsibilities of the world, take only those responsibilities while doing which you don't miss your main responsibility of spirituality. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम, नहीं तो वो भी फंसाता है हमको. That's what the big people who are lost in the world's big responsibilities never find time for their spirituality and they justify saying that हम भगवान ने हमको बिजी रखा है इसलिए हम आपके क्लास में नहीं आ पाते. This is misuse of intellect. Never Bhagavan keeps anybody so busy that they don't attend to those satsangas in which they evolve spiritually. When Bhagavan himself says spirituality is the means of mukti, how will he put us in the path of bandhanam? We only misuse our intellect and justify our own inner weaknesses. We glorify them as responsibilities. Like the expectation of sukha from the children, we color it as a duty towards the children. Duty नहीं कुछ ऐसा बकवास है. We only are lost in our attachment and we want to be with them and we feel that comfort. उसके लिए वहाँ रहते हैं और बोलते हैं हम अपने बच्चों के लिए responsibility कर रहे हैं. It's all justification. In the same way, never ever justify any desire, any responsibilities in the world because of which you are missing your regular study, swadhyaya, satsanga, adhyatmika sadhana. Nobody in the world can give you better advice than this. So simple, so direct it is. This is how Maya, this is how Moha, this is the mind works. Sometimes they put us in bhoga, sometimes they put us in dukkha, sometimes they give us big responsibilities. All of them are Maya only. Everything other than Bhagavan Maya, full stop. परमात्मा के अलावा सब माया है ना. कुछ किसी को भी पकड़ो भगवान मिस हो जाते हैं और भगवान को पकड़ने के लिए उनको छोड़ना पड़ता है. पकड़ते जाओ तो छूट ही जाएगा. Tapor Maharaj is a good example. He was offered by so many big people there, no? Oh, he was Vibhuti. We'll make a huge ashram for you, this, that and all. He said, Maya mein फंसा रहे हो क्या मेरे को नहीं कहीं करना. मैं यहाँ रहता हूँ in my own experience. Anybody comes, I teach them, whoever listen, with some strict rules. Tapon Maharaj is wonderful. He never said, don't put me in any Maya, he said. But that doesn't mean the other Mahatmas who are doing there in Maya and all, that all Ishwar Leela. But for us, till we have not tasted the divinity in us, even in this way also, the distractions come, we must know it. So the summary of all that is what? Throughout life, the divine is primary, secondary, everything else. Convince yourself. We can only tell you what is said in Bhagavatam. That's why in our Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, first to Subha Udtai, morning 5:30 up to 8:30, our own Dhyana Adi, our own Sandhya Vandana Adi, our own Japa Adi, our own Deva Upasana Adi, our own Nityagnihotra. After these 5 only, we take up any other outer responsibilities. In the evening also, once we come back from work, first Snanadi, Sandhya Vandanadi, then spending those 2 hours in Purana, Shravana, Katha, Ityadi. Then for Bhojana and quick Nishkramana into Nidra by 8 o'clock, 7:30, so that again 3:34 get up. That is idealistic way of living. Those are so busy in the worldliness, they may not be, but others like you and me who are free, we have to mold our day like that. He is a Hindu Sanatana Dharmi who makes Paramatma as the main goal. If Paramatma is not accepted as goal, then you are only Nautanki wala Hindu. You may put a Hindu named organization. You can call Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Ye kuch bhi bolo. If your goal is not God, then you are not Hindu. That's it. To reach the goal of God, to be blessed by the Lord as a service to Him, we do all these things. Anybody, whoever you may be. Clear. So let us make again a chanting today so that we have that joy of seeing those shlokas. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam द्वादशस्कन्धः आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाद्यवसीयते स आश्रय परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुकोवाच कलौ न राजन् जगतां परं गुरुं त्रिलोकनाथानतपादपङ्कजम् प्रायेण मर्त्या भगवन्तमच्युतं यक्ष्यन्ति पाषण्डविभिन्नचेतसः। यन्नामधेयं म्रियमाण आतुरः पतन् स्खलन् वा विवशो गृणन् पुमान् विमुक्तकर्मार्गण उत्तमां गतिं प्राप्नोति यक्ष्यन्ति न तं कलौ जनाः। पुंसां कलिकृतान् दोषान् द्रव्यदेशात्वसम्भवान् सर्वान् हरति चित्तस्थः भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः। श्रुतः संकीर्तितोऽध्यातः पूजितश्चादृतोऽपि वा नृणां धनोति भगवान् हृत्स्थो जन्मायुता शुभं यथा हेम्नि स्थितो वह्निः दुर्वर्णं हन्ति धातुजम् एवमात्मगतो विष्णुः योगिनाम् अशुभाशयं विद्यातपः प्राणनिरोधमैत्री तीर्थाभिषेकव्रतदानजप्यैः नात्यन्तशुद्धिं लभतेऽन्तरात्मा यथा हृदि स्थे भगवत्यनन्ते। तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदि स्तं कुरु केशवं म्रियमाणो हि अवहितः ततो यासि परां गतिम्। म्रियमाणैरविध्येयः भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः आत्मभावं नयत्यङ्ग सर्वात्मा सर्वसम्भवः। कलेर्दोषनिधे राजन् अस्ति ह्येको महान् गुणः कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परं व्रजेत कृते यत् ध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजतो मखैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तद्धरिकीर्तनात् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे त्रयोदश-तृतीयोऽध्यायः। Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now, the essence of all that, if you want to know in one shloka, it is in the shloka 49. मैं क्या करूं जिंदगी भर? One question. मैं क्या करूं जिंदगी भर? Only one. सर्वात्मना हृदिस्थम कुरु केशव. हृदय में केशव को बुलाने का, बिठाने का, एस्टैब्लिश करने का सर्व प्रयत्न करने के लिए ही ह्यूमन लाइफ. We all know, other than human life, all other lives are bhoga yonis. All the devata shariras, all yaksha, kinnara, kimpurushas, pashu, pakshi, all of them are bhoga yoni. Only human is karma yoni. In this karma yoni yukta human life only, by papa karma we go to lower lives, by punya karma we go to higher worlds, by this adhyatmika sadhana karma we become mukta. That is why in many of the texts we see even devatas long. Let us go back to the human life quickly and do adhyatmic sadhana to reach God. But having come here again they forget, they get lost, that's all different issue. So here you and I, if we think we are human being, don't get misguided by anyone. Let us be guided by Shastras. The Shastra and Gurus like SHUKADEVJI say that the whole life, the only one goal is Sarva Atmana Keshav Hrudistam Kuru. तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदिस्थं कुरु केशवम. क्या कर्म है जिंदगी भर? एक ही कर्म. इसके किया बिलावा, other than this anything done, we have not done the best. This is done and nothing else is done, you have done the best. How simple is this knowledge? Is there any complication in listening to this, in understanding this? It is logical also. We have proved it through various stories, Vedantas, logics, etc. सब बता चुके हैं भगवत प्राप्ति में ही मोक्ष है. So for that, हृदयस्थम कुरु केशव. So both ways. I lived full worldly life. Therefore never gave chance for spirituality. That one of the things. Second, throughout life, I went on spending time for the Lord. The question is, have you made the Lord established in your heart? Like I'm talking to Bhagavat for such a long time, Rama. But have I made Lord Narayana or Keshava to be established in my heart? If this is not, I have not done, that is why Nayamatma Pravachanena Labhyaha. Then I only passed the time. I only wasted my time. Little punya of talking on Bhagavatam might have come. So somebody does namaskar, somebody will give khana. Oh, punya usse kharch ho jata. When I am talking Bhagavatam, what I have gained, I must question. And only one gain. Hridistam Guru Keshav. And in the Hridaya, Keshava ही होना चाहिए. Keshava. Krishna alone should be there in the heart. Was none of them. Neither I, the Jiva, nor my ego, nor my Vasanas desires, nor any one of them. Hridaya mein Keshava होना चाहिए. So what I have to do throughout life? Sarvatmana Keshavam Hridistam Kuru. And then all funny questions, million times answered, don't ask. No, take care of me, Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. See that very interesting discussion. Without trying to put the Lord in our heart, that life is waste, it is better to die. While trying to put the Lord in our heart, whatever we do, it is worthy of living. While doing so, even if we die, it is better. See that. Same thing said for two reasons. If it is better to die, rather if you don't remember the God, it is better to die while remembering the God. Therefore, dying and not dying is not important. Remembering the God is important. As a human being, we are given this special ability, capacity. With Bhava Bhakti also we can do Sharanagati. With Chintana also of the intellect, we can get the Tattva Jnanam. That's the whole Bhagavatam is what? Satyam Param Dhimahi. I meditate on the supreme truth. Or Projita Kaitava Parama Dharma Atra. That Parama Dharma called as Bhakti Saranagati. Without Kaitava means selfishness. Means selfless, pure, surrender wala, Saranagati wala Bhakti. Which is called as 12th skandha, called as Ashrayam. That is taught here. यही दोनों हमको what to do throughout life. Tasma sarvatmana rajan hridistam guru keshavam. Up now don't look back and worry about you have never done this and all. You have realized it. What are the amount of life now we are going to live? We have become old. How much we will live now? Maximum 2000 years. इतने जुग जुग दियो मेरे को क्या गया है. But in that time, if we can all the time make a Keshava to stay in heart, and while doing so with ourselves, Shutaha Sanketida Dhyata Puja Adataha, one prayer as my gift to me and you I am giving. Tell to the Lord, hey Bhagavan, because of Prarabdha, Vesti or Samishti or any Maya or your own trick, never any responsibility or anything enter into me which distract me from my main goal. Let everything happen which Prarabdha has to bring to me, but none of them should deter me from my main goal of establishing you in my heart. ऐसा मांगना पड़ता है. Is it not? Then Bhagavan makes some adjustment, even if our Prarabdha is very strong, so that our classes go on, our satsang go on, our efforts to make the Lord stay in the heart go on. Like I pray, that's why today whole day I was so busy. Yet in between I had half an hour. Though I said there will be no Telugu class, I just came and 25 minutes I did Mundaku Parishad. मिल गया टाइम थोड़ा आगे हमने कर ली. Now also I have to run. But Bhagavan gives that time because it's our prayer. If you don't pray, then he will neither give occasion nor gives the thought. He will make us justify. That's how we fall down. Fall down means going away from our spirituality. एक बार, दो बार, तीन बार classes miss किए, like some of you people who used to come very regular. One class they bunked, then two classes, then four, then a week, then took permission for 1 month. Now they are 9 plus 11. Now they 11. I don't see them only anywhere. This is Maya. So, oh Lord, let never any. That's what the prayers done by all bhaktas. Bhagavan, in whichever the yoni, wherever you put me, my devotion at your feet should not be forgotten. Huh? He says, Kitova, Patangova, Mrugova, anything you make me, but let me have my remembrance of you, your feet, O Lord. That is what is said. So again we are saying, Tasmat Sarvatmana Rajan Hrudistam Kuru Keshavam. निरंतर हृदय में भगवान का ही स्मरण स्थापना होना चाहिए थ्रू आउट लाइफ. Okay, question 1 asked, question answer 1 given. Question 2, at the time of leaving the body, what to do? Same thing. Mriyamano hi. Hey Parikshit, you are going to go also now. 7 दिन हो गया आपके, शाम का टाइम आ गया, शाम का आने का टाइम आ गया. अब तो ज्यादा ध्यान से वही काम करना है. Avahita means more carefully at the time of departure. Again, see that the Keshava hai Hriday mein. What will happen with that? Tato yasi paramgatim. What can be more simpler way of saying than this? That you will reach the supreme abode of Paramatma's Anubhuti. Your Jiva Bhava will get dissolved. You will realize your own Atma Anubhava. So that's why this sloka has become so important. Tasmat sarvatmana rajan hridistam kuru keshavam premana hi avaitaha tatoyasi varangati. This is directly told to Parikshit. Generally to all of us also, same thing Bhagavan says in the next sloka, Shukadevji. Premana hi avidyeyaha Bhagavan harihi Ishvaraha atmabhavam nayati anga sarvatma sarvasambhavaha. In this sloka, every word is very, very powerful and pregnant. So we need to spend time to study that. Tomorrow we take up that. What is the meaning of Priyamanahi? What is the meaning of Avidhyaha? What is the meaning of Bhagavan, Harihi, Ishvaraha? Then what is the meaning of Atma Amnayati? What is the meaning of Bhagavan being Sarvatma and Sarvamava? थोड़ा हम 5-10 मिनट लगाने से कुछ क्लैरिटी और आएगा. Then the last two shlokas, अले दोष निधे राजन अस्ति हि को महान गुणः कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य उक्त संग परम रजेत कृते ध्यायतो विष्णु तेताय विसमुखै द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौतद्धरि कीर्तनात् are the strongest boost dose, the greatest supplement for our spiritual food. Wonderful slokas. We'll see if we can do it. Tomorrow we'll conclude. और एक दिन चाहे तो और आगे लगाएंगे. Then in the next chapter 4, we only talk about the 4 pralayas and all. ये सारा स्टोरी है. उसमें the knowledge aspect खींचना पड़ता है. इसमें तो सीधा सीधा नॉलेज ही दिया जा रहा है, साधना ही दिया जा रहा है, लक्ष्य बताया जा रहा है, हमको मुक्ति का मार्ग दिखाया जा रहा है. इसलिए वी हैव स्पेंट good time for it. Let's see tomorrow. Sarvam Krishnarpanam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam. Om Bhurvo Swaha Tatsidvarenyam Bhargo Devasdhyana Deva Saitavrat Pranaya Panaya Vyanaya Udanaya Samanaya Brahmane Mध्यमर्तवाणी मुस्तस्तवामूल नीराजनां दर्शयामि. ओम नीलमेघ श्याम नित्य जगन्मोहन बाल गोपाल कृष्ण भव्य मंगलम वेणुगान लोल कृष्ण वेदांत वेद्य कृष्ण नवनीत चोर कृष्ण नित्य मंगल भक्तनाधार परम दयावार्ति मुक्ति संदायक गीता अमृत दाता परम योगीश पार्थसारथि रूप कृष्ण सर्वमंगलम ओम नमः सूर्यभातारकं नेमावित्तबान्ध तमेव भागस्य नारायणाय विद्महे नमो ब्रह्मा विद्या ब्रह्म विद्या हम ब्रह्मलोकादाश्रित गुरुब्रह्मवाक्याख्याता अनित्यमृतोऽस्म्यहं तस्य वासः सर्वदा ओम बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंद गोविंद. 2 minutes gap, 20 minutes class on Adhyatma Ramayana. Thank you.